Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that might be new here, we typically do is go over crypto news in the space. I update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. Steven Cicero, I swear to God, I better not be lagging. I will be so mad. I will be so mad right now. All right, as you guys know, I had internet issues the last couple of days. Huge shout out to my man Red Panda, because he used to be an IT guy, and I tell you what, you don't realize how dead in the water you are until you realize you don't have IT experience. So yeah, he had to redo my entire Ubiquity setup yesterday. So love you to death, Panda. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into it. And it wasn't rage quitting. I didn't have a choice. I literally couldn't stream. It just wouldn't work. Anyways, let's see who's here in the chat. Dan R, you bastard. Appreciate you, buddy. Mr. Geek of all trades, thanks for being here, buddy. We have Mr. Nismo Miner, Max Voltage, good morning. We have Not James, Steven Cicero again. Good to see you, buddy. Ricky, good morning, sir. Andrew Masad. Let's see who else is here. Let me scroll up a bit. Vinny, let's see. Black Hat Team, good morning, sir. Crypto KJ, Diesel, Daddy Chill. We have Mo. What's up, man? Nick K, good to see you. All right, anybody else that may have missed? Carl Coat, my man, appreciate you. Let's get into this. I missed a couple days, so I need to catch up. All right, Bitcoin, $71,800. God damn. Perfect. That's perfect. We have Ethereum at 3832. ADA, look at that. ADA is popping off today. 5.69% up on the day. 48 cents. Nice. XRP's at 52 cents if anybody cares. We have Caspa, 17.5 cents, just about holding fairly well. Look at that. ETC just under 30 bucks. They went through their fifth inning not too long ago. Litecoin is at $84. Everything's looking pretty steady, which is nice. Nothing like real crazy. What is this? This is Ordi down here. But why is it so small? Ordi 62.96, up 8.47% on the day. Look at that. Not too bad. Nothing else really jumping out. Oh wait, what's this? What's this? Oh gosh, we got Brett. Brett is up today, 20.98%. Look at that, 17 cents. Anybody into Brett? Let me know in the chat. Interesting. Oh, Jasmine, what in the hell? I'm gonna have to sell that. 4 cents. It's over 4 cents. What's the all-time high on Jasmine? I have to look this up. Man, Jasmine's been pumping lately. What's going on with that? I gotta look into that actually and see what it's all about, because I don't know much about it, to be honest. All right, let's see it. Wow. Again, Brett, biggest earner on the day, 21.8% up. Look at that. Again, we're at 17 cents if anybody's into that. We have Jasmine 15% up on the day, looking really good at 4 cents. Ordi 9.4% up on the day as of right now on Crypto Bubbles, $63, looking pretty good. ADA 5.4. Beam is down 4.8. What's the biggest loser on the day? Is it Beam? I think it's Beam. Biggest loser of the day is Beam. Oh, and Bonk. Bonk's pretty close too, 4.6% down on the day. Pepe is down 3.6. We have Fetch AI's down actually 3.8. Everything else looks really good though. Render's only 2.3 down, but it's still holding over 10 bucks, so I can't complain there. XMR is up 4.6%. Is anybody actually still mining XMR? Is that still the most profitable? I need my COD. Yes, actually I didn't fix it. Mr. Red Panda did. I had to factory reset everything and it was a complete nightmare, but we got it working and it was the update. So if anybody has issues with the Ubiquity update, you're on your own. Because it literally took like 24 hours for Panda to fix it, and if it took him that long, I know something was wrong. We have the GNO over here, Genosis, is that how you say that? 4.5% up on the day, 355 bucks. Let's see, not an XMR anymore. I have enough. Nice, Rico. Nice, good. At least you guys are holding pretty well. All right, Flashbang. Let's see where we're at over here. Fear and Greed Index. Ooh, 77. We're to 77. We're over the 75 mark. You guys know I like to watch this a bit more closely as we get over 75, because once we get over 75, it's really when people are kind of FOMOing in. But to be honest, we haven't got to like the bull cycle yet, really, in my opinion anyways, or the euphoria stage where people are actually like jumping in with everything they got, and this thing's like pinging in the 90s. So I think we're getting there, but I don't think we're going to be there yet. I think once the Ethereum Etf comes, it might be a good way. Let's see. What lesson did we learn? Back up your shiz. Dude, I don't know. Geek of all trades. We still didn't back it up. You got to show me how to do that. I'm scared to touch it. I don't want to go in there anymore. It is awful. The whole Ubiquity thing. It's beyond me. Anyways, all right, moving on. Let's see. CoinGecko. What do we got for trending coins? Look at this. We got Habibi over here. It's a cat with a I don't even know what you call that thing. What do you call that thing on their head? I don't know what to call it. Anyways, it's up 21.3%. We have Mantra up 0.5%. Octospace is actually down 5.2%. Octospace has been doing really well the past couple days. Actually, I think it was like $1.92 yesterday. If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty positive I saw $1.92 yesterday. And I looked at my Tangent wallet. God, losing my train of thought. GME over here up 77.7%. Look at this. GME's been killing it. Actually, I jumped into it last night, I think. What time was it? I don't remember. It was like around here, so I'm probably back where I bought in. So I'm probably dead even. But I saw there was a bunch, like some random stuff about that Roaring Kitty guy, so pretty interesting. I don't know, honestly. Crypto and stocks a bit different, but hey, why not live off the hype if you can? I guess put a couple $100 into it, nothing crazy. All right, top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, Lido Staked Ether, USDC, XRP, Dogecoin, and Toncoin still in 10th place. Look at this. Cardano's trying to fight back for 10th place at a $17 billion market cap, but Toncoin's got an $18 billion, so it's about $1 billion behind, but it has had a nice liftoff. It's kind of crazy. I wonder how long Toncoin's gonna last. You guys think it's gonna stay around for a while? Let me know. I guess yes, I'm a Roaring Kitty fan. No, I just, you know what, like people blindly bet on things, and I'd rather be ahead of the curve versus behind the curve, I guess. That makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. You know, honestly, I'm fully expecting to lose my money on GME. Fully expecting it. So I don't recommend anybody jump into anything ever. But yeah, I don't know. I just heard some stuff floating around, so it was time to jump in, I guess, with a little bit of it. All right, Caspa still in the top 30. Caspa's been killing it the last couple of days. Actually, we had a break almost to its all-time high. Let's see, 7 days. Yeah, it was up about 1916. Let's see, what was it at? What's the all-time high? Oh, it was, no, it did break all-time high. That's right, 2 days ago when my computer crashed. That's right, it was the all-time high. Damn, we still need to get past it though. We need to break into the 20s, 20 cents. We need to get up there. But you know what, look at this, it's looking great. About every 3 months it seems that Caspa is having some sort of a liftoff, and I hope that it continues. Right, see this one right here? We always have this little pump. It retraces for a second and then it lifts off. Same thing here. Little pump, retraces, lifts off. I hope this is the stage we're in. I hope we're in that. That'd be amazing. What do you guys think? About 23 cents or so? 21, 23, around there. That's where I'm thinking. But you guys, each his own. Not financial advice on anything. Please never take financial advice from anybody on YouTube. That's just my opinion. All right, let's see. Dog with hat. Is anybody still holding this? $3.27. How's this been doing the last couple of days? Kind of stagnant, I guess. Looks like the meme coins are like lifting off again, or it seems that way. Anyways, let's check out real quick categories. Let's go to meme coins. I want to see. One of the top meme coins, obviously Dogecoin and Shiba. Pepe is in 23rd place. It's in 23rd place. Oh my god. Jeez, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while. This is terrible. $6 billion. What is this world coming to if all these meme coins are in the top 100? That's insane. Brett is I guess the base meme coin that everybody's like excited about, but that's at a $1.7 billion market cap now. Man, it's crazy. Absolutely insane. What's the other one I got in on? Was it Turbo? Yeah, Turbo. I got a couple. I got some money into this one. Actually, this one might be a decent time to buy. It's down. It's like one of the only ones that are down. I don't know. Interesting. I still have 12 billion baby Doge. If anybody wants to pump that, please, it'd be great. That'd be great. I'll invite you all on my yacht if we pump that coin. Oh my god. It's like a whole $20 worth, and it's like 12 billion, literally. It's so funny. I mined it with all of my Ethereum mining rigs back in the day. Too unmineable. Hysterical. All right, let's move on to the mining segment of things. You guys know I like to timestamp this stuff. I want to see where we're looking like. I haven't looked at this in like 3 days. All right, we got the Bitmain Antminer KS5 Pro 21 terahash unit making $95.28 a day. We have the KS5 20 terahash unit making $90.74 a day. The KS5M 15 terahash unit making $65. KS5L 12 terahash unit making $50 a day. The Dragon Ball miner, same thing as the Ivy Link BMKS Max over here, 11 terahash unit making $43.26 a day. The Wind Miner K9 10.3 terahash is making $42 a day. Let's see, the Ethereum gold shell box over here, 360 gigahashes, 180 watts, making $36.29. You know what?
Perfect.
Hadouken to that, because that's amazing that it's still holding up this high. I want to see real quick. What are we looking like? If I could type lithium. Oh, it's still $2. All right, good. I thought it was going to be way worse than that. That's not bad though. At least it's back over $2 or at $2. But man, it's taken a beating from these gold shell boxes, man. And when this new unit comes out, that other ASIC we showed the other day, somebody released it on Twitter. That's I don't know what's going to happen there. It could really be bad. Mr. Crypto for Seniors, dude, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Appreciate you. Black Hat Team was gifted it, dude. That's awesome. Thank you. Good morning, Fully Electric and Tanes. Good morning. I haven't seen you in a minute. Lithium's looking pretty good though. At least it's back at $2. That's cool. That's definitely cool for anybody that's mining it. All right, let's see. The Ice River KS3 8 terahash unit making $31.50 a day. We got the KS3M making $21.22 a day. Again, this is after 10 cents per kilowatt hour. All right, let's see. When's the L9 coming out actually? Do we have a projected date for the L9? Does anybody know? Let me know in the chat. I feel like it's probably going to be in like August or September, but I could totally be wrong. Let me know if there's a projected date. That'd be great. The Bitmain Antminer L7, you know, I got the 9050 down at Terra Hosting. Shout out to them. Paying 9.5 cents per kilowatt hour. We got $13 a day. Merge mining Litecoin and Doge. Amazing. That's this unit still surprises me. I wish I had like 10 of these. No joke. These L7s are great. And they actually have a low power mode, so you could make it a bit more efficient, which is pretty good. Let's see. All right, scrolling down. The X16Q, you know what? I have this thing off, and I probably should test this today with my new setup because we isolated my trailer switch, so I gotta test it all out, but I'm scared to touch anything with this whole system now, this network. Anyways, 1950 mega hashes over here, making $3.59 a day. Pretty decent, but it could be worse, I guess. Could be worse. You know what's weird though, actually? How's ETHW doing? Because ETHW was on the top of the charts for that unit for a while. It was making like $8 a day, even at, actually it was making like $5 a day at my 30-cent electric rate, and now it's like just trash. It's really still where it was. Maybe there's a lot more people mining it now. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of ETHW, but hey, if it's profitable, swap out of it. This Ice River Caspa KS0 Ultra 400 gigahash unit. You know what? This is the same form factor as the KS0 Pro, the original KS0, right? 400 gigahashes at 100 watts. This thing must be a fucking toaster. Like, it must be so hot. But hey, to each his own. If this thing starts melting shit, please let me know. I'm very interested to know how well this thing runs if anybody gets one. But it's making $1.73 a day at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. If you guys are interested, actually, Ice River has these things in code CHUMP if you want to get, like, I don't know, it's I can't remember, maybe 10% off, maybe it's less than that, I don't remember. But I don't recommend you guys buying them, to be honest. I really don't. I don't know, unless you can get a good deal on them. Who knows? Anyways, Ice River Caspa KS0 Pro, you guys know I got these things in my crypto mining trailer, making 74 cents a day. If I am paying zero electricity, let me click on this real quick because they're running for free. So I am making just under $1 a day on these units, which is pretty good, actually. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Oh boy. Oh, look at Terra. Look at that. Terra's on here. Man, they have a lot of partners. Holy shit. That's crazy. Why is there so many people? So many people that sell shit. Like, why? Crazy. All right, let's check out my S19K and then we're gonna move on. S19K, where are we? Am I in the green? Better be in the green. Tell me I'm in the green. Right here. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Hadouken to that.
Perfect.
The S19K Pro 120 terahash unit is making 87 cents a day at 10 cents kilowatt hour. I got this thing hosted down at Terra Hosting again. Shout out to them. 52-month payback. It's definitely not something I would advise you buy, but it could be a good buy later on when Bitcoin hopefully gets over 100K, and then we can sell these things or either make a decent profit on them mining. It's probably yeah, gonna be very interesting. All right, anyways, moving on. GPUs, let's see what we got. GPU coins. Look at this. Is this WhoSat? HTN? What do we got here? Why is this one on the top of the charts? The WhoSat network. Damn, boner candle. 24 hours. What's going on here? We're gonna drop a zero? We're gonna drop a zero. Does anybody have WhoSat? Let me know. What does this coin even do? What's the utility? Max supply 17 billion. Total supply as of right now is 207,000. Fully diluted 188,000. That's it. Is anybody mining this? Let me know. That is on all the top cards, all the 40 series cards. Seems like we got the 3090 has a little bit of Xano in it. 4070 actually has Ironfish and WhoSat. WhoSat seems to be the most profitable though. Yeah, it's definitely most profitable the whole way down. So there you go. There's your most profitable coin of the day to mine. Got a little bit of Chlor in there for some of the AMD cards, and the 2060 12 gigabyte. Interesting. Dynex for the 3090 Ti. Wow, what's Dynex looking like? Man, I really gotta catch myself up. I haven't seen anything in like 2 days. 66 cents. That's not bad. That was like 50 something the other day. Nice. So we're definitely having a nice rise. Look at that, 20 cents. It's a good move. It's a decent move in 7 days. Hell yeah. Like 25 cents. I'll take that. Why not? Why not? Is anybody holding Dynex? Let me know. Started mining it yesterday with the pump. Nice. Yeah, you know what? Listen, if you guys can make money mining these, I hate to say it, but shit coins, please capitalize on it. Mine it, sell it for a profit, or get what you want to hold. Let's check out CPUs. XMR back on the top of the charts with CPUs. Used to be Zephyr. Damn. All right. Let's see what's Zephyr looking like actually. Zephyr's actually pumping today too. I guess I wouldn't call that a pump. 7 days had a pretty much of a pretty shitty downtrend, I guess. But I've never been into either one of these coins. Monero is obviously the OG, but yeah, Zephyr not for me. All right, let's check out new coins. We got any new coins? Regis. Regis. Kapow. It's actually, this is a funny name. Regis. All right, Kapow algorithm. If anybody's interested, let's see what this one's about. Again, if you guys scroll down here and you go to their websites, do this at your own risk. Please do not break your stuff. Don't click on things, okay? It's not smart. This computer's isolated, so I don't have to worry about it. Decentralized marketplace for tokenized services. Discover and access cutting-edge AI services seamlessly integrating into a decentralized and secure tokenized marketplace.
Bruh.
What? Assemble a core team. Oh, what? How did that just move on me? All right, it's just moving on its own. I can't even read it. All right, not for me. I don't know. AI, another buzzword thing. So yeah, teach his own. Do what you want. Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. Thought I broke something. All right, events calendar. Let's see what we got. That's the only new coin, by the way. All right, gold cash going through halving in 7 days. Not too bad. 0.25 to 0.125. Does anybody mine this? Like, what does anybody care about this coin? I've never even seen it on a chart anywhere. Never looked it up. CAU over here, 16 days, going through a hard fork, hydro fork, whatever the hell it is. Pepe, this, I don't understand if this, I guess this isn't the real Pepe. I don't know. 21 days from now, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we're looking for. 7 days ago, Ethereum Classic actually went through its 5th inning, so that's pretty good. And yeah, it's not Pepe. Yeah, I don't know what, like, why, what is it? Like, what is it? I don't get it. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna get a virus. Oh god. Pepe coin. One coin, one community. So this isn't the real Pepe? I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I just work here. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, all right, moving on to the news. I have to catch up. So what we're going to do, we're gonna, why did YouTube change their thing, by the way? All the info is over here now. It's super annoying. It's not like underneath like it used to be, and you got all this shit. Anyways, Crypto World CNBC, we're gonna catch up from Wednesdays and Thursdays because I missed 2 days, so I gotta catch up. We're gonna watch those, and then we're gonna get into some altcoin daily videos. So you guys feel free to shit on Gary. Let's do it.
Okay, let's talk about the top stories. SEC Chair Gary Gensler joined CNBC's Squawk on the Street this morning from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, where he discussed what prompted the SEC to approve a rule change late last month that would pave the way for spot Ether ETFs.
We have in the U.S. already a way that you can invest in various underlying securities and underlying commodities called exchange-traded products. In January, we approved an exchange-traded product on Bitcoin. And about a week and a half ago, similar filings to list on the New York Stock Exchange, list on NASDAQ and the like, exchange-traded products on Ethereum. Ethereum had been traded on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures for 3+ years, and the staff looked at that closely, and that was approved. Now, the underlying exchange-traded products still need to go through a process to have the disclosure about that, and that will take some time, but they're working on that.
Now, Gensler also discussed crypto markets more broadly this morning, saying that tokens have not offered investors the disclosures that are needed and required by law.
We, the SEC, tomorrow are turning 90. Happy birthday, SEC, 90. And what President Roosevelt did is he created this commission to oversee that you, the investors, get disclosure. And in the crypto markets, they aren't giving you that disclosure. And secondly, that exchanges like here, this floor, the New York Stock Exchange, get properly regulated to protect against fraud and manipulation, and they don't trade against you. And these crypto exchanges, Jim, are doing things we would never allow this New York Stock Exchange to do. Our laws don't allow you to trade against your customers. And so you've seen the bankruptcies in this space, and there are some of the most leading lights in this field are either in jail, about to go to jail, or waiting extradition.
Next.
Exactly, Fully Electric. He said, how can they give disclosure when they don't tell them if the coins is a security or a commodity? Exactly. And yeah, the SEC turning 90 kind of reflects in the way they do things, right? Because they've been living off of guidelines from friggin' 90 years ago.
FTX has reached an agreement to settle $24 billion in claims from the IRS. In a court filing submitted on Monday, the bankrupt crypto exchange proposed a $200 million payment to the agency as a priority tax claim, then another $685 million payment that would come after the exchange pays back customers and creditors. Lawyers for FTX said the agreement eliminates a significant litigation risk and provides certainty for creditor and customer recoveries. FTX proposed a plan back in May that would allow most customers to get all their money back. The plan says that those with claims of $50,000 or less, that's about 98% of its customers, will get 118% of their claim amount. As for the settlement with the IRS, the bankruptcy court still has to approve the plan. All right, focusing on crypto regulation for our main story. I spoke with Faryar Shirzad, Chief Policy Officer at Coinbase, about recent developments in the U.S. and the crypto exchange's latest multi-million-dollar contribution to a digital asset super PAC. On Monday, Coinbase announced it was pouring another $25 million into crypto super PAC Fairshake. Last week, blockchain firm Ripple and Web3-focused crypto venture firm A16Z also pumped another $25 million each into the PAC. In a blog post, CEO Brian Armstrong noted that Coinbase's latest contribution brought the total Fairshake and its affiliates have raised to $160 million in this election cycle, making it one of the largest super PACs. What does that signal to you, and what are you hoping is achieved in Washington with this money?
Well, Talia, there are 52 million Americans who bought crypto, and their voice has largely been ignored in Washington for years now. And so we at Coinbase and a number of other peer institutions decided to get together and try to get the community to finally have a voice. So part of that has been funding Fairshake, the super PAC. And the other part of it, which we're very excited about, is funding the creation of an independent organization called Stand With Crypto, which is a grassroots organization, which today, very shortly, should hit 1 million advocates signed up to advocate for good crypto policy and good for pro-crypto candidates. And so it's a big landmark day today. We're very excited about it.
Now, we have seen some major regulatory advancements from Congress in recent weeks. In fact, last month, 71 Democrats joined 208 Republicans in voting yes for the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, a crypto market structure bill. What do you make of that development, and what do you think will happen with this legislation?
Well, it underscores something we've known all along, which is crypto is not a partisan issue. I think Democrats and Republicans, when they evaluate what needs to be done from a policy perspective, generally seem to come on board. In particular, when we bring constituents out to meet with members. We had, of the 71 Democrats who voted for the legislation, I think 33 of them, we had constituents from their districts who are crypto founders and innovators come meet with them, and every one of them voted for the bill. So I think crypto's moment's arrived. I think the merits of crypto being built in the U.S. have always been kind of unassailable and obvious, and now the politics are catching up to the merits. And we get a huge result in the House, and very excited to see what happens in the Senate.
Now, the Biden administration publicly said that it opposes the passage of the Fit for the 21st Century Act, but signaled the president will sign the bill if Congress passes it. Now, we're seeing crypto getting more focused this election cycle. In fact, last month, the Trump campaign announced it will start accepting crypto donations. And Trump isn't the first presidential candidate to accept crypto donations. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is mounting a long shot independent bid, announced last year that his campaign would accept Bitcoin contributions. Now, according to a Harris poll in partnership with Grayscale, American voters increasingly want to support a political candidate who is knowledgeable about crypto. So what do you think is behind the political shift we're seeing play out here?
Well, there's been a lot of polling on this. Young people are largely disaffected with the financial system as it exists now. I think most Americans are, but it's particularly strong among young Americans. And when you have a group, a subset like that, it's particularly important for electoral purposes, really be unhappy with the system and recognize that crypto provides an alternative, it becomes quite powerful. You have a generation of Americans who've grown up in a digitally native fashion. They're accustomed to transacting, socializing, learning, engaging online in digital form. Crypto is the technology that allows you to not only pass and trade information, but also to trade items of value in tokenized form. And so I think young people get it. I think older people are beginning to get it. And I think that generational shift is going to shift politics dramatically. And we're seeing a lot of that happen right now.
Now, turning to another recent development, the SEC approved a rule change about 2 weeks ago that would pave the way for spot Ether ETFs. I heard you call the development an important step towards regulatory clarity and mainstream adoption of Ethereum. Were you surprised by the SEC's approval of a rule change? And what else does this move signify, especially as it pertains to the SEC, which many believe has taken an aggressive stance against the crypto industry in the past?
I think everyone's surprised.
Well, on the merits, it wasn't a surprise at all. The denial of SEC's denial of a Bitcoin ETF ultimately had to go to the courts. The court said that the decision to deny that one was arbitrary, capricious, and an abuse of power. The merits of the ETH ETF were identical to the Bitcoin ETF, and so there's really no legal basis for them to deny it. So to the extent we were surprised, there's a degree to which this SEC is trying to sow chaos in the industry. And so there was a risk that they would try to do the same by just denying this and have the courts force their hands. But they ultimately decided to do the right thing, approve the ETF. And it's a big unlock for people who want to access crypto through traditional brokerages to be able to do that. Our view is very much the rising tide lifts all boats. Crypto adoption is good for the American people, but it's good for our business, and we feel very excited about it.
I guess on a lawyer standpoint, the way he was looking at it, yeah, I guess it makes sense for them to have to approve it, but I totally was shocked. I thought they were going to deny it for sure, at least the first time.
Now, many of the potential Ether ETF issuers chose Coinbase as their custodian. According to JMP Securities, Coinbase could see benefits to its transaction, custody, and staking businesses from these ETFs. What would you say this development means for Coinbase specifically?
Well, crypto is a broad Web3 and crypto platform. So we're obviously an exchange, but we're also a custodian. We provide prime brokerage services. So there's a range of different ways we interact with the ETF. What we found with the Bitcoin one is that the market volume and market activity increased on our exchange even as the ETFs came online. So there was a complementary synergy between those two things. I'm hopeful that we'll have something like that happen once the ETFs actually come online. But it also brings a whole new slew of Americans into the crypto economy that begin to get accustomed to and learn about how you can move digital tokens of value seamlessly, almost without any cost. And the potential for that to tokenize a broad range of other activities is enormous. You've got countries like Brazil who are engaged in national strategies to try to tokenize their economies broadly. And all of that starts with a single step. And we're taking a lot of really important steps here in the US to take us down that road. And we're pleased to play a big role in that.
Okay, that's all.
All right, let's jump over to the next episode of Crypto World, CNBC Television. Let's do it.
Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Trading app Robinhood is buying crypto exchange Bitstamp for $200 million.
Oh, damn.
Now, Bitstamp has been around for more than a decade and holds registration.
Wow, Bitstamp, huh? That's crazy.
Around the globe, meaning that the acquisition would help Robinhood expand its global footprint. Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev said as much when he spoke about the deal on CNBC's Squawk Box just moments after the acquisition was made public.
It's really three things that got us excited. One is this is an international business and it accelerates our plans for international expansion, particularly in crypto. Second, it brings an exchange to Robinhood, and we've been thinking for a long time that the world could use a Robinhood exchange. We have a lot of ideas about how we can improve upon that. And as we talk to our market makers, we see there's a clear need for another player in the market. And then the third, institutional business. This allows Robinhood to enter a new business, serving market makers and other institutional customers.
Shares of
Real quick, like it's like Coinbase, Robinhood, and Crypto.com. I feel like the real. I mean, I guess Kraken too, but what's up with Crypto.com? I feel like they just kind of been skating under the radar for everything. Is it just me, or does anybody else feel that way?
Robinhood jumped as much as 5.5% after the announcement of the deal, which is expected to close in the first half of 2025. Next, Core Scientific just rejected a buyout from AI firm CoreWeave. The Bitcoin miner said in a press release that CoreWeave sent an unsolicited proposal on June 3rd, offering to buy all of Core Scientific's outstanding shares for about $5.75 a share, or a little bit more than $1 billion. Core said that the board partnered with independent advisors to evaluate the proposal, but felt that it undervalued the company based on its near and long-term potential. The proposal from CoreWeave came just after the two companies announced a series of 12-year contracts to provide 200 megawatts of infrastructure for CoreWeave. And for some context, this attempted acquisition points to a larger trend that JP Morgan mentioned in a report out yesterday. An analyst for the bank said that AI firms could see Bitcoin miners as attractive M&A targets thanks to their readily available power supply with cheap energy contracts.
It's definitely old footage, this Crypto and Kel. Yeah, dude, 100%. Those like old ass S9s, right?
All right, focusing on Ether for our main story. VanEck has a new price target for the native token of the Ethereum protocol. $22,000 by the end of the decade. Now, that's according to the asset manager's new research out yesterday. Of course, that would be a massive jump from current levels of around $3,800. Crypto World's Talia Kaplan sat down with Matthew Siegel, head of digital assets research at VanEck, ahead of the report's release to discuss the ETH forecast. He also weighs in on the SEC's recent decision as it relates to spot Ether ETFs.
The SEC had a final deadline of May 23rd to make a decision on VanEck's spot Ether ETF application. That day, the SEC approved a rule change which would pave the way for spot Ether ETFs. What was your reaction to that? I saw you put out a statement that said that the milestone anticipates more legal victories and increased investments in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other blockchains.
Hold on. Gotta show you guys this because Telling you, my network's all fucked up. See this? Look, now I got a poor Wi-Fi signal. Panda, if you're watching, I'm gonna be calling you today again. Poor Wi-Fi. What in the hell, dude? This Ubiquity system is killing me. It's killing me lately.
What else did this development signify?
It was the biggest regulatory 180 in recent SEC history. It confirmed that Ethereum is a commodity, which we think is tremendously bullish for the prospect of innovation happening on open source blockchains. So it's great news. Bitcoin and Ethereum are both up more than 60% this year. The NASDAQ is up 12%. So it's another year of top performing numbers from this asset class. And when we look at the state of the blockchain, you all talk about the quarterly earnings reports coming from corporate America. On the blockchain, we can see the P&L daily. And 2024 can be characterized by all-time highs across the board, whether it's number of addresses that are interacting on the blockchain, the number of transactions, the amount of fees that users are paying. It's all record highs. So quite positive.
What does this mean for VanEck specifically, this development?
We were the first traditional ETF issuer to file for a Bitcoin ETF in 2017. We were also first to file for a spot Ethereum ETF. So there was a world in which being first used to mean something. You can argue that respecting the queue, as it were, is foundational to property rights. So I still hope and expect that the VanEck Ethereum ETF, if it's approved, will trade first. If not, then it'll be all issuers at the same time, and we'll see what happens.
All right, so this is the thing. You guys are like asking what it is. It came back, but this is what it does. It like shows you like my YouTube stats and stuff. 9 o'clock gives you the time and all that. I don't know what this thing's called actually. Oh, that's here. Look this up. That's the name of it. Divoom, I guess. Time traveler or something. Oh, it just says times, whatever. But on the back it says something about times travel. There you go. All right, back to the news. Sorry.
Were you surprised by the SEC's decision to approve a rule change, or did you see it coming? I mean, many industry insiders I spoke with ahead of the decision said that they didn't think it was going to happen right now, especially given the lack of engagement by the regulator with applicants. That is
Divoom times gate. Thank you very much, Basement Flava. I was not sure. Or is that Flava? Is that you supposed to say that?
Until the week of the deadline for VanEck's Spot Ether ETF. So did you have any correspondence with the SEC? And if so, did that correspondence take place before the week of the deadline, or did it happen the week of the deadline? What happened there, if you're able to discuss?
I was on the record as saying that I would eat my HODL hat if an Ethereum ETF trades before the U.S. election. Very
oh shit! This guy better eat his hat. I want to see it.
Surprising. I'm working up smoothie plans right now to hopefully execute on that promise. But no, it was very surprising. I think it's a reflection of the public pressure that's been brought. The crypto super PAC is now the largest industry-specific PAC. It's larger than Donald Trump's re-election campaign PAC. So that
you're talking about Fair Shake.
Yes. So that got lawmakers' attention. And it hasn't really gotten the White House's attention yet, right? So the White House put out an executive order 2 years ago instructing all federal agencies to bring maximum pressure on this asset class. And that's been playing out for 2 years. We hope this is the beginning of a turn.
But just to break...
You know what? Touche to that, Knox Bill. It says much better than McAfee's bet. Yeah, when he said he would eat his own, live or whatever. Yeah, that never happened.
Break it all down.
Obviously.
The SEC approved VanEck's 19B4 filing, along with 7 others, including BlackRock's and Fidelity's. But the SEC has yet to greenlight the ETF's S1s, which would allow for the trading of these ETFs. So what's next? What does this mean for VanEck? How long do you think that will take? And just in a nutshell, what are the next steps?
So as you observed, to list one of these ETFs, it's like a nuclear code. You need two keys, the 19B4 and the S1. So we'll have to wait and respond to the agency's comments if there are any. And we're hopeful that these products can be trading in a matter of weeks, but it's really not up to us.
You're confident that the SEC will in fact approve these S1s?
Absolutely. There's no fundamental logical difference why Ether, the asset, should be treated differently than Bitcoin. And this will be the final confirmation that ETH is a commodity. And I think what we really look forward to, there's so many traditional financial market participants who are not fully aware that this is not an asset purely for speculative means, but it has real world use cases, 3,000 different apps that have collectively transmitted more than $3 trillion in value over the last year. So this is an open source app store with the potential to take significant margin away from the big tech platforms and also banking. And we look forward to educating, the traditional market participants about this asset.
It's so crazy, like Ethereum being proof of stake now. Like, why would they want to go that route, right? It just doesn't make much sense to me. Like, I feel it, and it's also weird that the SEC is like allowing the ETF, right? Like, I'm super pumped about it, don't get me wrong, but it is weird that it's a proof of stake and it's not a security, but like kind of is. Kind of. I don't get it. I don't understand the whole logic here, but it does open the door for so many other proof of stake coins, which is like kind of a good thing in our place. But I don't know. It's so confusing. Can Ethereum please just bring back proof of work, please? Like, there's a lot to ask.
Do you have a new price target for ETH given all these developments in the mix?
So we did just refresh our model, and based on more constructive view around the political landscape, as well as some of these on-chain indicators where Ethereum's scaling roadmap has really ignited a boom in users transacting on the network. So we see this network generating more than $70 billion in free cash flow to token holders by 2030, and that will support a coin price of 22,000 per Ethereum by 2030. So we're at 3,800 or so now. It's a 47% odd CAGR.
And it certainly will be very interesting to see if that forecast does in fact come to fruition. But of course, this development with spot Ether ETFs comes about 5 months after spot Bitcoin ETF started trading here in the US. You're wearing the hat, HODL, that is VanEck's spot Bitcoin ETF.
Ask him to
At
eat
last check, as of June 4th, there were more than $705 million in total net assets. Compare that to, say, BlackRock, which has more than $20 billion in net assets. It's important to note that BlackRock did in fact become the largest spot Bitcoin ETF in the US, even surpassing Grayscale. So how does your spot Bitcoin ETF compare to your competitors? What differentiates yours from the others out there?
Well, given that the SEC allowed all these products to trade on the same day, that of course gives an advantage to the largest incumbents. So there was a world in which speed used to matter and the first to file would be first to list. Maybe someday we will return to that world now that these crypto asset ETFs are normalized. So there are few ways for issuers to differentiate themselves given the starting point was the same. We did it through skin in the game. We made the largest investment off of our firm's balance sheet into our own product by a multiple of $70 million. So if this asset has a big correction, we're going to be there with skin in the game to explain why, do the research, and be there next to our clients. The second is the quality of our research. If you look at our models on these assets, I think they're the most detailed on the street. And the third is that tickers can be differentiators. So we think we have the best one with HODL.
Siegel also weighed in on recent regulatory advancements in crypto, as well as Bitcoin miners pouring millions of dollars into AI businesses. You'll be able to check.
Crazy. Yeah, everything's going towards like data center now versus whatever it used to be. Man, I really hate this new design. Why did they have to update it like that? All right, moving on to Altcoin Dailies videos. We have 2 of them. I just kind of like to watch this because he gets like a lot of stuff from Twitter and everywhere else. So if there's any shills, I'll skip through it, but let's see what he's got to say over here. Bitcoin all-time high tomorrow, which would have been yesterday, but it didn't happen. Should you buy crypto now?
You've made the most
It's still kind of early, actually.
compelling case I've ever heard for the need for something like Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin price has been consolidating these last few months, about to break out
still up
to
there.
the upside, it appears, and with it being 84 days since the last all-time high.
Polkadot, Cordana, Cosmos, Immutable, Ronin, Bonk, Osmosis, Sushi Swap.
And the mainstream media covering crypto now more than ever.
My neighbor Alice have all traded millions. I'm talking about millions of dollars this very morning.
Here's why the Bitcoin price is about to break out to the upside again. Watch today's whole video. Gary Gensler sends a bold message to altcoin holders. But
This is why I didn't play that clip, because we're going to hear enough about Gary today.
if you're asking, am I too late? Is now the right time to buy Bitcoin? Number one, just understand that this consolidation is healthy. We've seen this before, like right here, and like right here before that. It forms a support. It forms a sort of launch pad before the next leg up. Number two, the Bitcoin halving has happened. That's a supply shock.
You should really look at the pattern of Bitcoin after a halving.
The price implications of a Bitcoin halving was explained in our video from a few days ago. Chamath Palihapitiya explains how high the price of 1 Bitcoin could go. But now post-halving, this is now Bitcoin's best ever start to a halving cycle, up 11%.
That's a good point, DNR. You're never too late to buy Bitcoin. 1000% agree.
Epoch number 2 was only up 10% at this point. And essentially, this is Bitcoin's price performance since or post after each halving. And now for this halving, 2024, we have only just begun. But number 3 reason, the Bitcoin spot ETFs equal demand shock. It's so obvious. Meaning when the spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved for the very first time in January of 2024, Bitcoin's price was around here. We saw record inflows the months following, leading Bitcoin's price to go up before our consolidation break. But as of yesterday, yesterday was just a tremendous inflow day into Bitcoin ETFs, over 886 million. Actually,
Jesus.
June 4th was the second highest daily net inflows ever,
was
meaning BlackRock
2
and
days
the
ago, 3 days ago?
ETFs were accumulating. The ETFs bought over 12,590 BTC, equivalent to 28 days of supply.
Damn. That's so much Bitcoin.
And while wave 1 of the ETF inflows
Dude, things are just getting started. This is going to be crazy when things like when the bull market actually hits. Like, what do you guys think? I know a lot of people throw around the term super cycle, but like, how is it not going to happen? There's not going to be enough Bitcoin for people to buy.
Bitcoin from around $37,000 to $73,000 per coin. Wave 2 of inflows is just getting started.
Okay, now, Polkadot, Cordana, Cosmos, Immutable, Ronin, Bonk, Osmosis, Sushi Swap.
Look at Gary's like, stop reading my portfolio, dick.
And SEC Chair Gary Gensler on CNBC Squawk Box this morning sent a bold message to altcoin investors.
I gave you that list in confidence.
Note the pivot from all tokens are securities to now tokens lack proper disclosure.
Neighbor Alice have all traded millions. I'm talking about millions of dollars this very morning. No, should we have a sushi swap with maybe an ETF or the proprietary kind? Just I would think that Bonk is a natural.
I can't
and
stand this guy.
These are trading millions.
Either of them.
Gary, these are millions of dollars. These things are traded. Shouldn't we have it? Shouldn't we have some sort of?
But I like when he yells at Gary.
Let me say something more broadly about the crypto markets.
So Gary Gensler has flipped. He has updated his opinion. And by the way, he still is anti-altcoin, anti-crypto, it seems, in America. But somebody tapped him on the shoulder. Somebody appears to have talked to him. And now it's not all tokens are securities. It's just tokens lack proper disclosure. You need to take care of that.
right now, without prejudging anyone, these tokens, whether
this guy in the background's like, yes, I heard him say bonk. I'm so happy.
they're the ones Jim listed or other tokens, have not given you the disclosures that you not only need to make your investment decisions, but also that are required by the law. It's a basic concept in our securities market.
God.
We, the SEC, tomorrow are turning 90. Happy birthday, SEC, 90. And what President Roosevelt did is he created this commission to oversee that you, the investors, get disclosure. And in the crypto markets, they aren't giving you that disclosure. And secondly, that exchanges like here, this floor of the New York Stock Exchange, get properly regulated to protect against fraud and manipulation, and they don't trade against you. And these crypto exchanges, Jim, are doing things we would never allow this New York Stock Exchange to do. Our laws don't allow you to trade against your customers. And so you've seen the bankruptcies in this space, and there are some of the most leading lights in this field are either in jail, about to go to jail, or waiting extradition.
To me, this seems like an improvement. What do you think? To me, Gary Gensler is just saying we want to take down the bad actors, like any exchange that's trading against their customers. I like that. And if a company does have a token,
that's a good point.
Those tokens just need the proper disclosures. Still sort of vague, but an improvement nonetheless.
Okay, let's.
I mean, because that is what we need. We do need somebody, right? Unfortunately, it's the SEC, but scaring these bad actors, I guess, out of the space, because you don't want to have them around. Like, we don't want another FTX bullshit to happen, right? Because that really did like throw things for a huge loop at the end of the year it happened, whatever, 2 years ago.
Suboptimal situation for them, but I'm looking at the.
But it's a suboptimal situation for investors. You're investing in a field right now that you're not getting the proper disclosure.
I agree. There's securities for people actually I know. I mean, their names, and there's nothing. You know that too.
That's funny, yeah.
I mean, some people even in this room have their names attached to a coin for no reason. Makes no sense.
I'm sorry, you guys have coins?
No, we don't.
There's a Kramer coin?
There should be, but there isn't.
Yes, there is a Kramer coin.
I hope it's properly registered.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up because now it's a pump and dump. Like, wow, Kramer coin. I was not going to bring it up, but there you go.
That's not real. That can't be real. It is real. What? Now it's gonna be a pump and dump, and everybody dumped it. Everyone dumped it just because he opened his mouth. God damn it! This is 2 days ago, though. Oh my god, idiots! When is this? Oh my god, dude! What the? All right, this was like, yeah, that wasn't planned. That wasn't planned at all. Jesus Christ.
Chair Gensler, wait, we have only a little bit of time
The
left.
SEC versus Ripple Labs.
The SEC versus Ripple Labs.
Ripple president this morning comments on a potential XRP ETF. I think it would make a lot of sense.
That's so bad.
Do you expect any XRP ETFs to pop up?
I think it would make a lot of sense. If you think about it, only XRP and Bitcoin have regulatory clarity on status in the U.S. XRP has been a top 10 crypto asset by market cap and is about a top 5 if you look at daily traded volume. So I think that would make a lot of sense.
Ripple's president also confirmed that a stablecoin is happening on the XRP ledger, likely this year.
So I think we're a great candidate to bring a trusted U.S. dollar stable to the market.
A lot of people.
What do you guys think? U.S. dollar stable on XRP? What do you think? That would be very interesting.
Me to ask this question, when are you planning to launch it?
I don't think so.
We're working on it right now, and you can expect to see more from us later this year.
So is it likely going to launch this year then?
Likely.
Have you begun buying the assets to back that at the moment as well?
We're working on all of the things you need to do in order to bring a product like this to market. So everything from the banking relationships to the distribution relationships to compliance, that's number one for us.
And XRP is still 85% down from all-time highs. XRP is used for payments for banks. When Ripple launches a stablecoin for payments,
if Ripple,
will that then eliminate the need for an XRP?
If you've got the stablecoin, is there a need for XRP in this mix?
Absolutely. We use a mix of assets to serve our payments customers, so including stable coins as well as XRP. The use case for XRP in particular is as it was envisioned by the original creators of the ledger and of XRP, and that is as a bridge asset for the long tail of currency pairs. And we're talking about tokenization of other types of assets. In the future, when you have new types of assets tokenized on chain, having a really efficient intermediary bridge asset to make, you know, any pair liquid is important.
Now, is this the last?
Yeah, more or less a CBDC, right? Alien Black says XRP future CBDC. It's kind of like, I don't know. That's so weird to me. It really is. I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing. I really don't think that'll be a good thing at all.
Chance to buy crypto,
That's my
or
opinion.
am I too late to invest if I were to invest in crypto today? I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot see the future. You make your own decision. Altcoin Daily just brings you news and perspective with a video every day on crypto. That's why you subscribe.
Do they?
But about 2 weeks ago,
All right. Slow down. All right, let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Bitcoin price ready to blow. Major news. Ethereum to 22K. What? Ethereum to 20. Who said that? 22K for Ethereum? Let's get to like 5 first, maybe 10. Maybe.
Robinhood announcing just a few minutes ago that it's agreed to acquire cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp.
This is an international business, and it accelerates our plans for international expansion, particularly in crypto.
Bitcoin could hit $150,000 per Bitcoin by end of 2024, so in the next 6 months, if Donald Trump becomes president. This is according to Standard Chartered Bank. There is so much major crypto news happening today. This is a crypto video that you do not want to miss. Smash the like button. My job on Altcoin Daily is to keep you informed. This is why you subscribe. Let's jump right in. Incredibly bullish statements just made by Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered's head of Forex and digital asset research, Jeffrey Kendrick, said, I'm sticking with my end of 2024 150,000 and end of 2025 200,000 forecast for Bitcoin. Before then, if tomorrow's payroll data are friendly, I would expect a fresh all-time high to be reached over the weekend. As we approach the U.S. election, I'm expecting 100,000 to be reached and then 150,000 by end of year if the case of a Trump victory.
What do you guys think? Think that's possible? What do you think? If Trump wins, you think 150K? I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. I think shit will explode if he does get elected. It's my opinion.
Data on this is lining up. This, of course,
in
is
a good
something
way,
we
not in a bad way.
Yesterday's video. Check this out if you want to
Nobody knows
have a
anything.
bull case for Bitcoin in the extreme short term. It's
let's
really
go
the
politics.
fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum has never been a lower percentage on exchanges. Exchange balances for both Bitcoin and Ethereum are at their lowest level in years. Whales continue to accumulate. Bitcoin on exchanges is down to 11.6%, and Ethereum is down to 10.6%. Supply squeeze incoming. Get ready for the next big move. The fact is this 2024 is a big year for Bitcoin, and next year is a big year for Bitcoin.
You know what? I agree, Dan R. I agree. BTC doesn't need Trump. It'll do it on its own. And you know what? I agree. I do. I just feel like the positivity, I guess, with it just being openly talked about. You guys know he has no filter. He just says whatever the hell he wants. So like it could be a huge catalyst. It's probably going to be very bad for him to like do that. But if that happens, I mean, it could just jumpstart the bull run, right?
If you study the data like we do,
Gonna be interesting.
You can see that the breakout candle is a blink away. The breakout candle is a blink away. And so many different metrics are lining up. Amazing chart for Bitcoin ETF inflows. Literally never been higher. They're probably never going to be this low again. Up and to the right is where the momentum is going. And of course, the thing is, for the mainstream, for figures like Donald Trump, Bitcoin is the easiest one to talk about. There's a lot of reasons why Bitcoin specifically is bullish, of course. I mean, we actively cover that. But what's less talked about is crypto. It's data like this, Ethereum. So the market sees billions of fresh dollars going into the Bitcoin ETFs. We just showed you this. The market knows that the ETH ETFs are coming in a few weeks. Like, if you know what we know, how can you not be bullish on Ethereum? How can you not be bullish on crypto? And
real quick, Crypto KJ, thank you for sharing this. Coin Bureau posted breaking news: U.S. non-farm Sorry, yeah, non-farm payrolls for May come in at 272K versus 165K last month. It's higher than the expected 185K. Potentially means the Fed can be more hawkish on inflation and is leading to the market fall. Interesting.
And in fact, those in the know are. Van Eck just raised their 2030 ETH price prediction to $22,000. Maybe that's too bearish, maybe this is just right on point, but the fact is, Van Eck now releasing statements, Ethereum's an easy 5x from here, bruv. It's insanely bullish. And it speaks to the fact that Ethereum is now cleared in the US, and crypto is largely on the path to be fully cleared in the US, like it is around Europe, like it is in so many other places. And what are we seeing? Whales keep buying Ethereum. Ethereum is being accumulated by whales, by minnows like you and me. And why not? Ethereum is an ecosystem. Insanely bullish. Ethereum daily transactions just hit a record high. The Ethereum ecosystem has over 27 million monthly active users today. This chart right here visualizes how Ethereum is successfully executing on its scaling roadmap. So 1, user growth on the top L2s is up over 225% over the last 2 years. Number 2, L2s are competing against each other, driving innovation and making it easier to onboard new developers from Web 2. And 3, value still accrues down to ETH's L1 with demand and utility for ETH increasing via staking and restaking. And it seems with all of that, crypto is finally ready to onboard the next 500 million users, with products like this now coming to the forefront. What's the worst part about onboarding to crypto? It's the wallet experience. It's everything like that. What if we had an easier wallet with no seed phrases, with better technology? Coinbase just launched its smart wallet, and this is pretty much going to be the new standard.
That just scared the shit out of me. All right, I'm not doing that.
Of course, it's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Cardano just inked a new partnership with Argentina. This is huge news. We will be interviewing Charles Hoskinson pretty soon. This is certainly something we'll talk about. And
I'm going to show you guys something that's kind of a big deal after this in a second.
Generally, with the Ethereum ETF, with regulations opening in the US, we're seeing more and more big moves like this. Breaking. Robinhood has agreed to buy crypto exchange Bitstamp. Bitstamp's been around forever, for $200 million in cash. Let's find out the details.
Robinhood announcing just a few minutes ago that it has agreed to acquire cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp. Joining us right now to talk about this news and so much more. Vlad Tenev, he's the Robinhood CEO and co-founder, and it's great to have you at the table this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So let's walk through this deal, and then I want to get into meme stocks and everything that's going on in the markets right now.
Sure.
But what does this do in terms of what you're doing with crypto and everything else?
Yeah, it's really 3 things that got us excited. One is this is an international business, and it accelerates our plans for international expansion, particularly in crypto. Second, it brings an exchange to Robinhood, and we've been thinking for a long time that the world could use a Robinhood exchange. We have a lot of ideas about how we can improve upon that. And as we talk to our market makers, we see there's a clear need for another player in the market. And then the third, institutional business. This allows Robinhood to enter a new business, serving market makers and other institutional customers. And that's something that's very exciting for us.
So what does a Robinhood exchange look like? And what does this say, or does it say anything about regulation in crypto in the U.S. versus elsewhere outside of this country, and where you think the growth opportunity is?
Yeah, the business is global, Bitstamp that is. It's Europe-based. And as you guys probably know, Europe, we make fun of us Europeans. I could say us Europeans because I'm American and European, lead in regulation. And in this particular case, MiCA, which is the crypto asset regulation, is going live. So there's an established regulatory framework. And unfortunately, Europe is a little bit ahead in this regard, but I don't think the U.S. is too far behind. I think that it's always kind of darkest before dawn, as they say, and you're seeing some positive signs with the ETH.
Guys, I don't know if you saw our recent announcement. We are co-founders.
Oh, shut up. Really? You just cut that off like that to do that?
Guys, Bitcoin could break over all-time highs any second. Once we clear 80K, 100K is the next level, and then all bets are off. Crypto's about to get wild. We are still early in this cycle.
All right, thanks for telling us. Okay, anyways, real quick, let's move on to this. So this is happening in 2 hours. 2 hours, this Roaring Kitty guy's going live. So I wonder what the hell's gonna happen here with this this whole thing. Why did YouTube change this shit? I want to see the live chat or how many people are waiting. Why can't I see nothing? Interesting. I'm gonna put this in the chat though. Oh, there we go. No, disappears. Okay. Well, anyways, I don't know what's gonna happen with this GME stuff, but be prepared to sell. Just my opinion. You guys do what you want. I'm just a guy on YouTube. All right, let's get into the recap segment of things. I put the link in the chat if you guys are interested. Chat is there. Where is it? Oh, what the hell? I had to scroll down for it to like pop up. That's weird as hell. Live chat. What does it tell me how many people are here? God damn. There's gonna be a lot of people here waiting. Participants. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. There's so many people in this thing. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. What did he say? There's already 32,000 people waiting, said Mr. Red Panda. 34K. Awesome. Why can't I see that? I don't know why I can't see that. I have to zoom out maybe? Nope. Maybe not. Nope. Anyways, if you guys are interested, go over here. It's about 2 hours from now at 12 p.m. I guess he is let's say 2 hours. I guess it'll be 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours he's streaming, so feel free to go watch that. Links in the chat. I don't know what's gonna happen, but definitely be prepared to swap your shit out. If you have GME tokens or whatever, the crypto, right? Not financial advice. On Phantom, you could swap it fast and easy. Okay, so you guys just be safe. Don't be stupid. Don't lose your money. Don't FOMO in right now. I know Joker's over there trying to buy some. Cut it out. Don't be a Timmy. All right, recapping things. Bitcoin $71,301.
Perfect.
Ethereum $3,800. Dude, Ethereum's actually holding really well. I'm very excited about this. Caspa's doing really well. 17 cents still holding. ADA again up to 48 cents. You have ETC to $29. GME. Yes, GME will probably get frozen on the stock market. Yes, the actual stock will get most likely frozen. Again, Brett is up 25% today. Where did that just go? Over here. It moved 26% now. All right, let's check out crypto bubbles. Yep, just about 26%. Crazy. 17.6. Does anybody have Brett? Let me know in the chat. And then we got this wormhole, 16.6%. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, again, if you guys just pay attention to your GME stuff. I don't know what's the price of this thing looking like right now. Jesus, you better believe I'm selling this shit as soon as that guy goes live. I have to. There's no way. Like what in the hell? 7 days. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be good or bad. This could be really bad or it could be really good. Who knows? No Brett for me. Sad face. Missed that one. Yeah, good call. Brett is on Solana. Isn't it a base token? Oh, there's two? Wait, what? Yeah, this one's on Ethereum, isn't it? This is a base, isn't it? What is happening? There's more than one. Oh, this is the base one, right? Am I wrong? This is the one on base. Yeah, it's the original one. Why is there two? What the hell? Why do people do that? Oh god, I clicked on the same one. Brett ETH, yeah, guys, man, people just want to rug everything. It's like that's what it's all about. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Brett is base. Yeah, it's I don't know what this one is. This one's just a duplicate, I guess. Not real, not the real one, but people are gonna buy it and people are gonna probably lose out. All right, anyways, large gainers or largest gainers. Again, GME still at the top of the charts. You guys make sure you're careful. Again, when this guy goes live in about 2 hours, just stay on top of it. Don't lose your shit, please, because that would be very unfortunate. All right, anyways, guys, listen, love you all. You're all fantastic. Thanks for being here with me on this morning's daily grind. And I apologize for missing the last 2 days, but my network should be good now thanks to Mr. Red Panda Mining. I'm going to leave you guys with this. You guys know it is Friday, so hopefully you guys have a great, happy, safe day. Don't spend all your money on crypto, and if you do, buy Bitcoin. I'll catch you guys in a bit, and peace out.
I wanna hold until I can't no more.
Eat shit, Gary. You are a loser. You always lose.
Have a safe and happy Friday. Let's go raid Miss Randy Hipper. I will see you guys on Monday. Peace, peace. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out.